The insatiable hunger that society has taught you to shame as moral failure is not merely a transgressive desire to be indulged, but a profound compass demanding you confront the scarcity mindset embedded in every lesson on feminine modesty and self-denial. And true satiation requires not consuming through reckless excess alone, but integrating the weight of your own worthiness until greed becomes an act of radical self-reclamation rather than performative depravity. In Her Greed, C.M. Raven transforms the kinky sapphic dark romance trope into precise exploration of queer sovereignty and embodied accountability, proving liberation isn't found in being taken, it's forged in honoring the woman beneath the appetite when every heteronormative expectation demands she remain either virtuous or villainous. From velvet and whispered command narration, listeners enter worlds where desire is syntax and presence is the only unbreakable safe word. Perfect for fans of emotionally intelligent dark sapphic fiction where female complexity defies predator or prey binaries. When Alara Vance surrenders to a dominant lover, expecting punishment for her wanting, she discovers Julian Thorne's meticulous devotion mirrors the exact suppression she's endured beneath years of performative restraint, and her quiet refusal to enforce shame-based dynamics creates space for connection defying kink hierarchy. Navigating power exchange and buried attractions, Alara realizes this surrender isn't about erasure, but recalibration, with Raven avoiding reducing Alara to broken submissive or Julian to cruel archetype, instead crafting radical reciprocity with constraint, where trust is earned through honoring boundaries even as intensity blurs them. An audiobook narration amplifies this alchemy by capturing Alara's disciplined composure softening into clarity, and Julian's guarded intensity revealing warmth beneath vigilance, making listeners feel seismic shifts of souls learning some hungers can only be fed when you stop letting morality define their validity. What elevates this beyond typical dark sapphic fare is portraying kinky intimacy as somatic practice rather than sensationalized transgression, with Alara confronting how respectability culture equated worth with compliance, while Julian creates sanctuary where her contradictions exist without diminishment, their relationship evolving through shared silences during aftercare rituals, bypassing performance, rhythms protecting both psychological safety and relational integrity, and mutual defense against communities mistaking tenderness for weakness, supported by fellow queers encoding suppressed longing, elders carrying intergenerational weight, and the dungeon itself absorbing decades of unspoken bargains, reinforcing that in extraction-based systems, tenderness toward process is technique, and presence is sustainable resource, with negotiation mirroring emotional attunement and safe words becoming metaphors for earned trust. For audiobook listeners, this production is immersive descent into sacred reclamation, with narrators embodying Alara and Julian with remarkable distinction, sound design anchoring existential stakes through distant ambient hums, rain against private windows, and hushed breaths syncing with moments of clarity, pacing mirroring revelatory cadence from deliberate reflection to surging awakenings, ultimately redefining kinky sapphic romance by centering female epistemology within desire frameworks and affirming that sometimes the most powerful act is choosing to want on your own terms, honoring whole self even in landscapes shaped by shame.